think like for me, like discovery, you know, like I think Lauren was like barely like 14, 15, and there was just something about her. Um, she sang with a certain soul, and I always was like, as powerful as she is as a singer, if I could make her rhyme as hard, then she gonna be like a superhero.
Mm.
And I remember when I got her studying MC Light, Queen Latifah, because I was like, yo, a female rapper, it's almost like you gotta rhyme like a dude. You can't never, your pitch can't never raise. Like you always got it. You know what I mean? Um, and I remember like doing those like early demos like in the Booger basement, where I would just have her singing on tracks with like homies like from the hood. A lot of them ain't make it, but they was doing the rhymes, and she would come and sing the hooks. What attracted me to her talent was just raw talent, you know. Then I remember like, you know, I had got a call, and they said like, yo, there's 4 girls in this hotel, and they have a song which is called No No No, but the version is not really moving. It's not moving on the charts. And they was like, yo, you think you can help out and catch a vibe? So I remember the 4 girls, seeing them and being I'm from the church. So I was like, yo, sing a church song, you know what I mean? Then they started singing, and Beyonce and Kelly and all the girls, and I caught a vibe. The vibe for me with Destiny Child. See, I'm like a scientist when it comes to artists. Like I always try to see. So when I looked at Destiny Child, scientifically speaking, I was like, they're from Texas. So, and at the time, rappers in Texas was rhyming double timing. And there was no girls rhyming double timing. Like the you know? And so that whole record and the vibe of writing it for me was like, and it was crazy at the time because I took what was a ballad and I flipped it. So there's 2 parts to that. So there's the beat part to it, but the actual vibe of it is the fact that when you look at it, these girls started a trend really that no one was really doing, even like before them, say like TLC, who had their own swag where one was rhyming, you know what I'm saying to you, but this was like rhyming singing. It was sort of like they were rhyming singing, you know what I'm saying? Which of course, you know, took off. I also remember when I got a call from Jimmy Iovine, and he was like, yo, Clef, we have this girl we trying to break. No one knows the girl yet. And the girl's name is Maya. And when I bought Maya's first record that took off was a record called Ghetto Superstars with her, Prize, and ODB. Again, another concept well structured for me. Because when I went in with Maya, she watching this right now. Maya knows how I am when it comes to vocals, especially females. Like I would sit there and cut, you know, the vocals from a, you know, orchestra point of view. And that's sort of like, you know, that was the first joint that escalated.
You remember how to do that?
The Maya joint, yeah, and it's dope because, you know, a lot of people be claiming they did my shit, so it's like Ghetto super, that is what you are. Da, da, da. So that was one of the guitar riffs that actually took the vibe of the song, you know what I'm saying? So Cannabis is very deep for me because Cannabis, when I met Cannabis, Cannabis took me back to like my mixtape vibe that I'm on right now. Like the beginning before the deal. Cannabis actually was the first rapper I saw who pulled out a laptop and had like 3,000 bars. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just do-do-do-do-do-do, you know what I mean? So when I met Cannabis, it was a deep time because you know, he came to me and was like, yo, you know, I just finished this record with LL, and then there was a situation, you know, where after I left the studio, you know, LL came at me a certain way, and I want to know if you could back me up and we could do this, you know what I mean? Now, it's deep for me because for him to come to me, there was a lot of people he could have went into the industry. So it's sort of like, and then I'm not the dude that's ever known for like the conflict, you know what I'm saying? Like, Clef is all love. I'm like Jimi Hendrix, bring out the hookahs and we good, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, so, but this period, this several months, man, was crazy. So, for me, once again, the concept would have been, let me show you how ill I am when it comes to cannabis. The original concept I have for cannabis, I said, you want to be the baddest rapper on the planet? You want to be the most feared ever? I remember we was in front of a Western Union and we was going to go on tour. I said, you know what? Because now we was about to be on tour with us, Busta Rhymes, I think Tribe was on the tour, M.O.P., Freddie Fox. I said, you know what's going to make you the baddest? I said, we're going to bring a lion on tour. I said, you going to come out with a live lion.
Trust me, I know bitches that seen you smoke weed recently. You walk around showing off your body cause it's scale. Plus to avoid the fact that you ain't got skills. Mad at me cause I kick that shit.
I remember when Busta Rhymes saw the line, man. Busta like, yo, you wildin', man. I told Busta, come in the cage with me. Busta, you crazy, man. So I was like, we're gonna build, so as a marketing strategy, because I was like, we could do this, man. I was like, because watching how like Puffy was doing what he was doing, I was like, yo, I could be extreme on my side too. I'm from the hut, so let's bring the lion out. And Cannabis, you from Jamaica. The second round knockout concept of the record, you know, the hard drums that was coming from that record was coming from my cousin, Jerry Wonder, who, so it's three of us who actually grew up like in a vibe. It was Jerry Wonder, who was more on the bass, and then Sadek was the drummer, you see what I'm saying? And then me, I was like the songwriter. And so, sort of like when Jerry came with that bottom, you know, and then so eat. We eat MCs. And so recorded, when they recorded Mike Tyson saying everything, once again, this is what I do. I'm a composer. I'm like a mad scientist. So when I get the vocals, I mean, you got a chance to be in the studio with me. So when I got the vocals, I got to put it in movie form. So second round knockout, Cannabis lyrics becomes, you know, perhaps like one of the dopest like battle raps, you know, written in history. No one can argue that. But me, as Wyclef Jean, I did not want no beef with LL Cool J. I love LL. Like, LL's the man. LL's tall. I didn't want to run into LL. And God forbid LL smacked me, I would have had to sue him. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, when L hears the record, you see what I'm saying to you? Now, LL does his record. You know what I'm saying? And then he called me the Bob Marley imposter. You see what I'm saying? Then I do a record. Then I get Naomi Campbell to like diss LL on the record. You see what I'm saying? What's Clef got to do? This thing is just being a circus. This is what I call a bunch of like immature individuals running around with big egos, right? So, but this is hip hop, and it was a culture, and then I think I saw LL at a Big Pun's funeral, and outside. And I always remember that day. And I walked up to him, you know, shook his hand. Because I'm a fan of hip-hop. I'm a big fan of LL. And I'm a big fan of Cannabis. Still till today. And that was the whole era, you know, of that battle culture with me. Well, I think, you know, with Whitney Houston, I got a call from Clive Davis. And Clive told me he's doing Whitney's album. And when he said he doing Whitney album, I'm like, man, I gotta be on this album. Whitney from Jersey, and I grew up like in a choir in high school, singing like "I Believe the Children of the Future." That was like the hood graduation song, man. And then I knew she was from the church, and then I caught a vibe, man. I'll show you the vibe I caught. Yo, you know what's real about this interview, man? It's because a lot of people be saying they the ones that do the shit. And now you get to just see how this shit is created from the raw. So with Whitney, I caught a vibe and I was like, let me bring this tone down a little bit. Octave. So I was like this, I said, clap your hands, yo, it's alright. Clap your hands, yo, it's alright. And tomorrow's Judgment Day. You know? And the thing is, after that, if tomorrow's Judgment Day, someone on the record goes, sing, mommy. That was Whitney's daughter in the studio. So I sampled her and put her back on the record. I even was trying to get Bobby Brown to be on that record. I thought it could be a dope family record, you know, at the time. And the illest thing for me was when I was in the studio with Whitney, how comfortable she made me feel. And then I did this song called My Love's Your Love, and then the actual album was titled My Love's Your Love. So I was really happy with that. That was a great one.